Okay, welcome back, AP Statistics. Purpose of this video is going to be to walk you through what our Schoology course looks like and our workflow for class, and hopefully give you some pointers and tips on how to be most successful this year. So when you go into Schoology, if you look at your AP Statistics class here, I've got some of the materials organized already to start. At least would take us through the first semester. So you'll notice a classroom code. Make sure this is, if you're in my class 8 or class 9, whatever other stats class I have, don't use that code, but you'll probably click on it in Schoology anyway. But the materials are going to be organized here. The AP Classroom is definitely something that we will make use of, at least for progress checks, for extra credit, and also as a tool to help us interact with material as well. So when you look in this folder, you'll see, and you'll see this on the syllabus as well, you have 2 homework assignments for every chapter. One of them is a Schoology assignment here. You click on that and complete it in Schoology, which hopefully you're familiar with. The other one, this isn't going to work just yet if you click on that link, because you're going to need access to the textbook publishers online textbook, which you'll get hopefully on the first day or 2 of class. So those are the 2 homework assignments you have. Quizzes and tests, last year we did those in Schoology, but this year we'll be able to hopefully get back to doing those in class live. So you'll also see the way I organize the content here. Math textbooks can sometimes be kind of tough to read. So you'll see what I post here are, I call them the Reader's Digest version of the content that's in the textbook. And that's, overviews, highlights the key concepts. And then what we'll do in class each day is usually these alternate examples. If you click on that, you'll have an electronic copy of it. But generally, I'll try to have that printed and handed in a handout form for you to work on in class, and we can interact with the material. So these are the examples we would do in class in the Word document. And then you'll see this PDF where it says practice. These are questions designed for you to kind of work on your own. And assess yourself, and the answers to those questions will always be published with that. So like, if you click on this practice PDF here, you'll see there'll be a question here, what are the individuals in the data set, so on. But as you scroll down, you'll be able to see at the end of the document, the answers are actually posted there. Let's see. Yep. So the buildings are the individuals, categorical variables, and so on. So the concepts are laid out there. So we'll interact with those in class as well. But if you're ever out, you'll still have access to that. So you'll have your online textbook, which you'll get access to hopefully in the first couple of days of class. But I wanted to just post this video to make sure you're familiar with the workflow. I would recommend having a notebook with graphing paper in it. That's generally how I like to keep myself organized in my math classes, but you also would certainly need some kind of notebook that's going to help you to keep handouts organized. So anytime I give out handouts, I usually try to have 3 holes in them. So if you had a binder that you could collect your handouts in, that might be helpful to you. But if you had, and I would put graphing paper in that. I like to have those graphs. It makes it easier to sketch pictures or graphs if I ever need to help visualize things sometimes. So a binder might be ideal, or maybe you want a tablet. Like I have notebooks with graph paper in them that are just, those like tablet looking, look like composition books that maybe you would have for English class, but they're filled with graph paper rather than lined paper. But in addition to that, I would probably want to have a folder as well, because we will get a lot of handouts. For me personally, a binder is the easiest way to keep myself organized and sort through and find things when I need them. But you're certainly welcome to organize yourself however you would think would work best for you. But I wanted to give you an overview of what how the class is going to be structured, what that would look like on a day-to-day basis. In addition to that, don't forget it's highly recommended that you have your own graphing calculator. I don't have a lot of those to give out. I don't really have like a class set of them. And particularly if you're going to be in college in a year or 2, it's probably worth the investment for you to have your own graphing calculator to bring to class each day. It's going to be a useful tool to us. In AP Statistics, the calculator is in play for the entire exam. So for some of you maybe that take AP Calculus as well, you realize that half of the AP Calculus exam is without a calculator, but that's not the case for statistics. You're always able to use that calculator. So you want to be as familiar with that as possible and ready to use it when you need to. So don't forget to answer the question at the end of this video so you get credit for your first classwork assignment.